Ask around and everyone tells you the same thing. Male cats are the sweet, easy ones. Females are moody, aloof, a little cold. Except almost none of that is true. And the real difference isn't in their mood, it's in how they decide to love you. One of them does it in a way most owners completely misread. Start with territory, because this is where the myth falls apart fastest. Picture the classic territorial cat. Big Tom, scarred ear, patrolling the fence line, spraying the corners, picking fights. That image is real, but it's only half the story, and it's the loud half. Because while the male is out covering ground, claiming range he mostly just passes through, the female is doing something quieter and far more serious. She's not claiming a big territory. She's defending a small one. A tight core she will not give up. In the wild, an intact female's core range can be a fraction of a roaming male's, and she holds it with an intensity he never brings to all that open ground. Think about what that means inside your home. He treats the whole place like a root. She's picked a core, and you're standing in the middle of it. That's not a cat keeping her distance. That's a cat who's already decided what she's protecting. And there's one specific way she shows you you're inside that core. Most owners see her do it every single day and read it as her being standoffish. It's the exact opposite, and it's the final thing in this video, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now the part that surprises people most. Every female cat carries a full set of mothering instincts, and it does not switch off if she never has kittens, and it does not switch off when she's spayed. The wiring is standing equipment. She's just aiming it somewhere. Watch what she aims it at. The slow kneading against your leg, that's the exact motion a kitten makes at its mother, and a mother makes back. The grooming, when she licks your hand or your hair. The way she trails you room to room and settles where she can see you. The little checks appearing, confirming you're fine, leaving again. Owners call that clingy, or nosy, or bossy. That's not a needy cat. That's a cat mothering you, running a caretaking program far older than the house cat itself, aimed at the one creature she's decided is hers. And if that just changed how you see her for a second, that's exactly what this channel is for. A like and a subscribe is how it reaches the next owner who's been calling their cat cold when she's been quietly taking care of them the whole time. That's it. Back to her. Because the male does some of this too. Just not like this. And the difference in how he shows up is its own kind of surprising. Take hunting. The assumption is obvious. The bigger, bolder male is the hunter. Right? Wrong direction again. In the wild, the female is very often the more committed hunter. And there's a plain reason. She's the one who has to feed kittens, and she's the one who teaches them to hunt. The whole skill, the stalking, the timing, the killing bite, passes down mother to kitten. He hunts to feed himself. She hunts to feed a family and to train the next one. So when a female cat drops something in front of you, a toy, a sock, on a rough day, something with feathers, read it carefully. She's not showing off. She's not confused about whether you can feed yourself. That's not a trophy. That's a lesson. She's doing the one thing a mother cat does with prey, bringing it back to teach. You're not being gifted, you're being raised. And that instinct, to teach, to correct, to supervise, is the thread running through everything she does, which leads straight into the thing most people get completely wrong about the friendly male. Now, a fair question, and the honest answer is the most useful thing in this whole video. How much of this is really about being male or female, and how much is just hormones? Here's the truth most cat content won't tell you. A large share of the boy personality and girl personality people swear by is running on sex hormones, testosterone, estrogen, the heat cycles, and when a cat is spayed or neutered, a lot of it softens. The roaming, the spraying, the edge. Fixed males and females drift toward each other. The gap narrows. So here's the part you can actually use. If your cat is fixed, stop crediting their sex for everything they do. Most of what's left once the hormones settle isn't male or female at all, it's temperament, plus whatever bond the two of you have built. The sex sets the opening chapter. It doesn't write the book. Which makes the differences that do survive spaying and neutering the interesting ones, the ones that aren't hormones at all, but something deeper in the wiring. And the deepest one is still coming, that thing she does that looks like distance and isn't. Hold on to it. So, what does survive? Start with the male because he's easy to love and easy to misread in the other direction. The classic neutered male is often the friendly one, rolls over for strangers, greets the guests, spreads himself around. Owners take that as proof he loves them more. Slow down. Loving widely and loving deeply are not the same thing. A social male hands out a lot of easy affection because his wiring leans that way, broad, low stakes, generous. It's real. It's just not rare. Her affection tends to run the other direction, narrower, choosier, handed to fewer people, and heavier when it lands. That's not a colder cat. That's a cat whose yes costs more, which is exactly why it means more when you're the one who gets it. Here's where it gets deeper. Female cats, more often than males, seem to track you, not just where you are, but how you are. The owner who says she always knows when I'm upset, she shows up before I've said a word, is usually describing a female. And it lines up with the wiring. A mother cat survives by reading tiny shifts in a kitten's state. The change in sound, in stillness, in breathing, and reacting before it turns into a crisis. Point that same sensitivity at a human, for years, and you get a cat who reads the day off your body, who moves closer on the bad ones, who isn't responding to what you're doing. That's not a coincidence. That's an ancient early warning system, retuned to one person, which brings the whole thing into focus. The male checks in and moves on. He loves you in passes, a headbutt, a lap, gone again, back later, warm, frequent, light. She holds station. She loves you in one long, unbroken watch. The same room, the same sight line, hour after hour, whether or not a single thing is happening between you. Neither one loves you more. Understand that. It was never about volume. It's about shape. His love is a series of visits. Hers is a presence that doesn't leave. And that shape, the presence, the watch, shows up in one specific posture almost every female cat owner sees daily, and almost every one of them reads exactly backwards. So here it is, the thing. Picture her in the room with you, not on your lap a few feet away, sitting upright, facing slightly off, looking at the door, the window, the hallway, close but not touching, turned away a little. Almost every owner reads that one wrong. She wants space. She's aloof. She loves me on her terms. Look again at where she put herself. She didn't leave the room. She chose the spot with the best view of the entrances and of you. She's not turned away from you. She's turned toward the threat you'll never notice, sitting between it and you. That's not a cat keeping her distance. That's a cat standing guard. The distance was never rejection. It's a post. In the wild, that's exactly where a queen sits, close enough to reach her core, angled to see everything coming. You called it aloof for years. She was on watch the entire time. And that's the one to take seriously, because when a cat suddenly changes how she keeps that watch, when the guarding tips into pacing, hiding, or yowling that wasn't there before, that's worth a vet's eyes, not a shrug. The pattern is love. A sudden break in the pattern is her telling you something's wrong the only way she can. So every quiet thing she does, the tight little core, the kneading, the prey at your feet, the choosy affection, the watch from a few feet away, was never her being distant. Here's the one for the comments. What's the one thing your cat does that you've always chalked up to, that's just a girl cat, or that's just a boy cat? Describe it. Some of these are going to line up almost exactly. Because a male cat loves you in visits, and a female cat loves you in vigils. One keeps coming back to you. The other never really looks away. Learn the difference and you stop seeing a moody cat and start seeing a guardian who chose you as the thing worth guarding. And if she's the one standing watch over you, there's a question worth asking. How did she land on you in the first place? That's not random, and it's not luck. The video on the screen right now breaks down exactly how a cat picks their one person. Click it, and the same story keeps going. Because once you can read her, you realize she wasn't keeping you at arm's length. She was keeping you safe.